Thanks for stopping by, guys, and welcome back to Scrap Mechanic. Now, today's episode is going to be a really interesting one. I've been working on a project. It actually took me less time than I expected it to, but at the same time, it wasn't easy. So, without any further ado, if you've been on my Discord, you've already seen it. You've already seen me talk about it. I made a 3D printer. So this is a creation pretty much directly inspired by Scrapman's 2D printer he made. He made mention of wanting to make a 3D printer, and I thought, I think I'm going to make one. So I made one. Now, this is on the Steam Workshop if you do want to play with it. There's already instructions on the actual creation and how to get it set up, so I'm not going to be talking about all that. I'm going to be demonstrating it, talking about how it works, a few of its limitations, and then kind of ripping it apart towards the end of the video is what I hope to do. So quickly, without any further ado, let's go ahead and draw something. And now this is a 5x5 cube. It cannot see the top of the creation, and it cannot see inside the creation, and it can see every 90 degrees. So if you make a weird cut in the side of it, it's not going to be able to see it. So it can only see from this angle, and I can't get around, there we go, this angle. And of course the one in the back. But I did have it set to a 30 degree increment rather than a 90 originally, but it had some really bad issues when it came to quality of the creations and repeatability. A lot of the times creations would randomly just not print properly. I just cut this off by accident. That was my mistake. Because one of the things I like to do is I like to have a small little base that can be cut off to easily attach and detach these. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tall. I would say that's a decent amount of detail for this creation. There we go. And making sure it doesn't conflict with any of the rules that this printer has, like cannot see the top and cannot see the inside. Let's quickly press and hold the reset button for a second to make sure it's all cleared in the system. And let's begin. This actually shouldn't take too long, so I'm going to describe what's happening here. So as you can see towards the back, you can see a bunch of sensors. What those sensors are doing is they push forward slightly, scan, they back up, and whatever issue there is, any discrepancy, the scanner on the left says there should be something here but not here. The right sensor over here checks it, so it actually goes, is there something where it shouldn't be? If so, shoot it. So it turns the whole thing 90 degrees so it faces the guns shoot where it should be shot, and slowly chips away. The sensor slowly creeps closer and closer as it gets in the creation. Once it gets all the way to the very last one, it doesn't actually see the last panel. It rotates 90, does the exact same thing, and starts just chewing through it until there's nothing left. Or until there's nothing left but your design. So we're going to quickly just watch this. Now, I was going to talk about some of the stress tests and things I did with this creation, but a lot of them are invalid now, because before I had it set to 15 degree increments and then I set it to 30 degree increments. Now it's set to 90 degree increments. Originally I had hoped to have it near like 15 or 30, hoping that I could get some more detail out of the parts I was making. But like I said before, that added detail and complexity, also added a bit of unreliability and other issues. So I think we've got 1 or 2 more rotations before this part is finished. I'm just going to go ahead and let it do its thing and wait for a second. Now, I don't actually want to time lapse any of this because this is real time. It's not that slow. I also want to give you a good representation of how long it takes to make a part. I want to let it do this last turn There it goes. And I think that is the end of the part. So we're going to go ahead and turn off the creation. Pop these off of their little easy pop stands. Grab this one. Grab this one. So the one on the left is the one we put in. The one on the right is the replicate. And I think that is a perfect replica. Now right now this creation is limited by its size. It's a 5x5 area, which it can do. So 1, 2, oh. Make crouch, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's build something else. Let's put a quick easy disconnect there. Let's go something like that and like this. Oops, that goes outside of its boundary. Okay, and let's take a quick look to make sure we didn't break any of the rules of the printer. I don't see any. So let's go ahead and back up. Let's go ahead and do a full reset. And let's just let it pick up where it left off. I'm not sure if this will work well, considering I haven't really let it just pick up where it left off, whilst also switching what it was building. So I'm afraid we might see remnants of its previous design. However, at the same time, I'm really hoping that it doesn't. So I'm going to go ahead and actually build a few things. I think I'm just going to compile those into a time lapse and see how it looks. So get ready to see a lot of 3D printing. So here we are with another set of printed parts. Let's quickly look around them, see if we can notice any issues with them. Not that I can see. So yeah, I'm really happy with how this build turned out. Really happy with how this turned out, actually. And I know I said I don't want to tear this apart, but I think I'm going to leave that to you guys, because it is on the workshop. If you want to tear it apart, you can tear it apart and look at all the logic. There is a lot of it. Well, not as much as some of my creations, but there's still quite a bit of it. But I'm going to end it here, so if you did enjoy this episode, please leave a like. Any suggestions, leave in the comments below. I'm just really happy with how this turned out. And I kind of want to build a bigger one now. But I'm going to end it here. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for sticking around. And until next time, peace.